Hello, this is Dr. Grant Cooper from Princeton Spine and Joint Center. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about an interesting and nuanced issue that often gets overlooked and is certainly underappreciated. That is, how does neck pain and pinched nerves in the neck cause shoulder pain, and vice versa? Well, there are three basic ways that neck pain and pinched nerves in the neck cause shoulder pain and vice versa. First of all, sometimes the shoulder pain is simply referred directly from the neck, and the shoulder itself isn't causing any pain. Now, in these instances, the shoulder usually will have good range of motion, and moving the shoulder around won't cause much pain. However, in these instances, by turning the head to the side of the pain and extending it backwards, so if it's my left shoulder, turning my head to the left and then extending it backward compresses the hole where the nerve comes out, and therefore if that reproduces the pain in the shoulder, it strongly suggests that the problem is coming from the cervical spine. Another way for pinched nerves in the neck to cause shoulder pain is perhaps the least recognized but one of the most important. In this way, the nerve root, usually the C5 or sometimes the C6 nerve root, that innervate the rotator cuff muscles becomes inflamed, and therefore the nerve's messages that it sends to the rotator cuff don't get through as fluidly as they would usually. And this is a problem. The rotator cuff muscles are responsible for anchoring the shoulder in place and keeping it safe so it doesn't get impinged or hurt during your activities of daily life as you're moving your arm around. If the nerve root's impinged or inflamed and the messages aren't getting through as well, then the rotator cuff muscles can't do their job of protecting the shoulder as well, and you may end up with a secondary superimposed shoulder injury on top of the neck problem. This is very important to recognize because sometimes the shoulder becomes more painful than the pinched nerve in the neck. If the shoulder is then addressed and improved, but the neck is left all alone, then over time the same process is likely to play out again because the messages from the pinched nerve still won't be getting through to the rotator cuff, and so the person is still at risk of re-injuring their shoulder. So it's very important to be aware of this potential relationship. And finally, sometimes when the shoulder hurts, you end up guarding with your trapezius or muscle up here. Right? The shoulder hurts, so you kind of hike your shoulder up. And so that gets real tight, and that ends up putting pressure on your neck as well. And before you know it, you have two injuries and not just one. At the end of the day, you always have to check out both the shoulder and the neck to make sure that they aren't playing off of each other, and then address both of them if they're both involved. After all, the first step of a comprehensive treatment is always a comprehensive diagnosis, because you cannot treat what you don't diagnose, and you won't diagnose what you don't even remember to look for. I hope you found this video useful, and if you've enjoyed it and if you've learned something, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend who you think might also enjoy it, because that's the way that we can spread good health information and achieve good health outcomes together. As always, if you have any questions or comments for me, you can reach me at drcooper@princetonsjc.com, or please feel free to leave a message in the comments section. Thank you very much.